From gamma explosions to deals with devils, from space catastrophes to mutated genetics, we're here to prove that all roads lead to doom. Welcome back to All Roads Lead to Doom, brought to you by the Fandom Memorandum. We've got a banger lined up for you today, so let's dive right in. What up, boys? Welcome back. Episode 2. We got some new faces alongside Will and I tonight. Pretty fun. Not new to any of us, but new to whoever could potentially watch this someday. Before we begin, let's just go around and kind of give ourselves a little nerd intro. Danny, if you want to start us off, just kind of talk about, introduce yourself, tell us what fandoms you're into, what brings you to All Roads Lead to Doom, that kind of thing.
I'm Danny, little brother, youngest sibling of Brady. Got a lot of fandom trickle down from him, but I kind of always let him be the major, like go down all the rabbit holes, and then I would do the casual viewing, and that's kind of where I still sit. But I still love Doctor Who, like Marvel, DC, just I kind of casually like it all. I'm pretty easy to please. I When I'm being critical, I can be very critical, but when I'm just going to watch a movie, I just kind of enjoy it. So, yeah, I just like them all. We saw Scream today, Scream 7, very good. Love those movies as well. So, yeah. Horror, Disney, any of it. I love it all.
Cool. I'm Ammon.
Civilian.
It's going to get confusing, so you guys can just call me. I don't know if you want to refer to me as Jeremy. I can go by that. I don't care. Um, but I remember the first midnight showing I ever went to was Avengers, and ever since then, I've seen every. I guess not every. Like I'm not you. I'm not like you, Brady. I did not go see the Marvels at the midnight premiere, but most of the major MCU movies I've seen um, on release day, and I just try and keep up with it. I haven't quite experienced the burnout that I have as far as Star Wars goes, but we're not there yet.
Fair. It's crazy. I think the only person that I haven't been to a Marvel premiere with is actually Will. We'll have to change that. Speaking of, Will, you want to go next?
All right. I'm Will, not really known for being into Marvel. I'm more of a Star Wars guy. I even made a movie about Star Wars. If you know what it's called, then you know. But I'll choose not to say the title of it in a public setting such as this. But yeah, I was invited here. Before this, I think I've only seen the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, and well, now I've watched all of Phase 1 and Phase 2. And yeah, I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
I'm actually envious of you, Will, to be able to see most of the stuff for the first time is pretty rad. Will, can you imagine right now seeing I don't know, A New Hope for the first time, fresh eyes?
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
with all my favorite movies of all time, I think my favorite time watching it has been the second time. So, maybe in a year or two from now, I'll do all this again and have even more fun.
Yeah. All right, Ammon.
All right. Yeah, I'm Ammon. I've been a diehard Marvel fan since Iron Man. I was a comic guy when I was younger. So seeing all these movies on the screens is just exciting. I love Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Yeah, I just Spider-Man, my go-to, every single time. His character is just perfect. There's no greater superhero. Super excited to just dive in and start talking about all these movies that we grew up watching. So,
Yes, sir. I've always known you as a Spider-Man guy. The whole time I've known you.
every day.
Every day. Well, here's my nerd credentials. I'm Brady, and gosh, I think I got into the superhero genre reading Green Lantern comic books when I was 6 or 7. So I got into it through DC, surprisingly. And yeah, 6'7". What are you gonna do? And yeah, and then I don't know. It's been a endless obsession ever since then. You can't even see everything, but you've got quite a few things. Oh, little Thunderbolts action down there. I don't know if I can even. There's some Star Wars down there, some Infinity Gauntlets, all sorts of stuff scattered all over the place. My cap shield's somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. I think I saw Iron Man. I think I might have seen it in theaters with a friend in 2008, and I haven't missed one since. So even Morbius, I went to the theater by myself, opening night in IMAX for Morbius, and I sat there and was like, well, the popcorn was good.
And
But,
you said it's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time. But yeah,
Morbid time.
Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings. I mean, I'm pretty much in most of them, except Game of Thrones. I'm like the only person who's into all those things who isn't into Game of Thrones, which is kind of crazy. But
Neither
anyway,
am
yeah, I don't know. It never pulled me in. Maybe you have to read the books. I don't know. Which, as a little side note, this has nothing to do with Marvel, but if we're talking fandoms that you guys should get into if you're not into them yet, do you have any Brandon Sanderson fans up in here? Anybody read Brandon Sanderson books? Look at this. You guys got to read The Way of Kings. Holy frick, it'll change your life.
Dude, where did you get that edition from? It's sick.
These are the leather bounds. This is one book,
Dang.
but in order to fit, it's two.
Jeez.
Wait. It's my turn. Hold on.
He's also a big book guy.
Really get into this. It's very indie, very.
Bro.
All right. I read that whole
Okay,
series.
what are we at?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, okay.
Really good.
So a little rundown for what I was thinking for tonight. So if any of you guys watched the last episode and Will was in the last episode, basically what we'll start off with is we'll go through the movies of Phase 2, kind of book club style. We'll do just a brief synopsis of each movie, yap about it, and then we'll rank them. And as opposed to last time, I shouted out my individual scores for each section that's in my rating scale, and then gave the final score. But that kind of seems a little bit irrelevant. You guys don't need to know how, emotional I thought a particular movie was based on my score. That'll just kind of happen as we talk about it. So instead, I'll just give you my final score, and if any of you want to follow along and give me your final scores, I'll put the scale in the chat here, because I'd love to know what you guys think about it as well. I think the way the rating system is it's out of 5 stars, but I weight rewatchability as the most important thing. So if that doesn't match up to what you do or how you feel, then the system's not for you. But let's see, what was the first one? Hulk, crazy one. Did you guys watch Hulk?
I did.
Dude, it's our guy.
Not.
It's our guy Ang Lee, director of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which if you haven't seen that is a beauty as well. So this one's interesting, man. You get Sam Elliott, and not for the last time in the MCU, as I'm sure you guys, or not MCU, I should say, but in Marvel, as we see in a later entry this phase. But does anyone want to kind of summarize the gist of this movie? I actually just posted yesterday on the channel a 9-minute recap video for this Hulk. So if you don't want to watch it, but you want to just know what it's about in a little bit more detail than I'll do right now, it's there for you. So basically, Hulk's dad, David Banner, is a scientist, and he starts experimenting on himself, and then unknowingly passes some of his experimentation genetically to his son when he creates his son, I'll say, with his wife. So, also side note, any Stranger Things fans in the chat, Hulk's mom in this, she's only in it for like a little bit, but she's the same mom as Mrs. Wheeler, Nancy's mom. Kind of crazy. Cara Buono. But anyway, so basically,
Hot one.
yeah, she's bad. Basically, David Banner passes some stuff to his son Bruce Banner, and then when Bruce is like 4, Bruce's mom finds out about it, and his dad David just murders his mom. And so Bruce, who's like all traumatized by this, kind of like as a defense mechanism, which often happens in trauma, he just like forces himself to not remember the details of that situation. So he ends up being adopted and grows up to be a very similar to his dad type geneticist. But specifically, he doesn't work for the military. That was something that David was doing. Basically, David was trying to make super soldier serum, similar to Captain America type deal, but Captain America's not mentioned in this adaptation. So then there's a gamma accident in Bruce Banner's lab, and it awakens his latent genes passed from his father that basically make him Hulk out. And in this version, the angrier he gets, the bigger he gets, similar to the comic books. Pretty awesome. There's also the whole romance between him and Betty Ross, just like in The Incredible Hulk, but it's Jennifer Connelly, which is kind of cool. But here's what I put in the notes. I put, this movie is clearly a true filmmaker's version of Hulk. It tries to make the comic come to life, but it doesn't know itself yet. Basically, Ang Lee experimented with trying to make it look like comic book panels, all like square and like split screening a lot, to try to embed that into the cinematic language of the movie. And it was actually pretty cool, but it definitely comes off as experimental. Not in a bad way, but that's kind of the vibe I got from it. I don't know how you guys feel, Will and
Yeah,
Emma.
in regards to those boxes, I think the opening credit sequence was very well executed. The only thing I didn't like about that was all the sea creatures in there, because I don't like those.
Yeah, there was definitely some stuff he just kind of chucked in there for no reason.
Yeah, so I liked it in the opening credit sequence. In the rest of the movie, it was sort of hit or miss whether it worked.
How did you feel about Absorbing Man, Bruce's dad, but becoming that villain?
Well, he has that scene where he transforms, and then we don't hear from him for a while, and then he comes back, and it's very, very short-lived. But I think that was that Nick Nolte. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, I think his performance is good, but yeah, I'm with you. The whole lack of screen time was kind of a strange choice. Yeah, I think this movie's strongest when it focuses on the Rosses, on Thunderbolt Ross and Betty Ross. Especially, I think Sam Elliott's acting his butt off in this movie. He's just angry the whole time, and it's kind of hype, but he just doesn't do anything,
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so I gave this one a 2.9 out of 5 overall.
Wow, that's very similar. I gave it 2.8.
Yeah, I just feel like, it's not a bad movie. Like there's competent filmmaking going on, but I don't know. I can't see dynamic acting performances from most of the actors except maybe Nick Nolte. I think everyone, even sometimes Nick though, I think everyone is just kind of like they start here and they just kind of stay here the whole time. There's no
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the absolute best part is Ang Lee, the director. I think that he did some, I don't know, he took some risks and some paid off, some didn't. Well, when this came out, there was Spider-Man and there was X2, and of course there were the Blades. But as far as just rated PG-13 Marvel stuff that was actually in the zeitgeist, it definitely doesn't compare to what had already come.
Well, for all of these movies, I wrote a program in my calculator, and I put in my sort of rankings for each category, and then the calculator ranked them. So I only kept the final score. But no, if I had to guess, I think it was weak on rewatchability, and what else was it weak on? I'm looking at your guide here. Cultural impact was also pretty weak. I don't think I've even heard of this movie until this.
Yeah, it kind of flew under the radar, especially for our generation. It's like, I think the reason I knew about it was because of my dad. My dad showed me the Incredible Hulk TV show, and then this movie.
Yeah, to be honest, I've heard about the game that's the tie-in to this movie more than the actual movie itself. Like I've heard significantly more about that than the actual movie. So
Something else that was surprisingly not very memorable was the Danny Elfman score, because he's done some of my favorite stuff like Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas and Batman and Spider-Man, but like I could recognize any of those scores, but this was, generic, and especially from Danny Elfman, it's pretty disappointing.
When I was making my announcement that my Hulk video was out, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna include a piece of the Danny Elfman score," and I went on there, and Instagram had it, and I clicked it, and I listened to it, and I'm like, "This just like I couldn't sing this back to you." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dang, yeah, it's rough, especially coming off Spider Man. That score is tight. What about Ghost Rider? What are you guys feeling about Ghost Rider? This is my first watch through in my life of the Ghost Rider movies. Never seen it.
really,
Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times, I think. I don't know. I'm. This movie is kind of why I'm excited to see another Marvel. I mean, it's not mainline Marvel, but another Marvel project involving Nicolas Cage. Just because I think he's such an insane. I don't know. I love his portrayal of how he acts in everything he does. Like, it's not necessarily objectively good sometimes, but I think it's just he's so nuts all the time. And I don't know. In this movie, there's definitely some scenes where he is full functioning Nick Cage.
I I have some thoughts on this movie. Like one being like tying into what you were saying, Emin, is that like I'm kind of on the opposite. I've really never ever liked Nicolas Cage's acting. Like
You either love
now-
him or you hate him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Now this movie I think is probably one of his best, seeing how much he cared about Ghost Rider. When I was doing like research on this movie, just because I like to, he went into this movie like he has a Ghost Rider tattoo on his arm, and I never knew that. Um, I feel like I could tell he really cared about this character. Like he was wanting to give it everything he had, and which I respect. I give it some props for that. So
Yeah, interesting thing about this movie. So going back to our previous phase, for Daredevil and Elektra. So Daredevil was directed by Mark Steven Johnson, and Mark also wrote Elektra, but he didn't direct Elektra. And I actually really enjoyed that Daredevil movie. I thought the writing was good. I thought the direction was good. So I had a good time with it. And Mark directed Ghost Rider, which I found interesting. So I must be a fan of his, because that first Ghost Rider, man, I thought it was honestly just a fun movie. I loved Sam Elliott. I think this is one of my favorite Sam Elliott roles, to be honest.
Dude, Brady, you're spitting facts.
Dude, Carter was his name. Carter Slade, is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, the caretaker.
Mhm.
Dude,
on a
so
flaming horse, bro.
cool.
It does not get more metal than that, bro.
And then his
visuals
whole
were awesome. Yeah.
I know, like for 2007, that's not bad.
There were some iffy moments, but like yeah, that scene when they're both like in their Ghost Rider element, and they're just going out, they're like riding with each other. Nicolas Cage on his bike and Sam Elliott on his horse. Like it's such a cool comic book scene. Like, and I love it. Like that visual was so much fun to watch. So
Mhm. The last ride, so cool. Oh, I guess for future viewers, just a quick little synopsis. Johnny Blaze, his dad has cancer, and so he makes a deal with Mephisto to save his dad from his cancer. And in order to do that, he sells his soul to Mephisto and becomes a Ghost Rider. And so his dad doesn't die of cancer, but instead he just dies from doing stunts. Rip. And then basically, Blackheart, the son of Mephisto, pulls up and is trying to get the contract of San Venganza, which contains like 1,000 souls, and it's up to Ghost Rider to stop him. And so Ghost Rider teams up with former Ghost Rider Carter Slade to learn what he can to take down Blackheart. And in the end, Mephisto offers him his freedom, and he says no, and keeps the power of Ghost Rider to fight against Mephisto. So,
Mephistopheles.
oh,
For some
sorry,
reason, I always
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is
So
that
funny.
like the full name in the comics, or is that just like what they made up for the movie?
So Mephistopheles is like a cultural character that, like it's the classic Odin and, Ra and
Okay.
Zeus,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Thanks.
I don't think he was ever called Mephistopheles in the comics. I think they just decided to call him that, like what Brady said. But yeah, he is Mephisto. So
So for ratings, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 overall. I think it was a fun time. I actually rated it a half a point higher than Daredevil. I really enjoyed it.
I have it at 3.2.
Nice. Where does it lose points for you, Will?
I think emotional resonance mainly. I wasn't really too invested, but it was better than the next movie that we'll get into.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
I actually threw it at a 2.5.
Interesting.
Whoa.
So, although the visuals were cool, and this is why I threw it there. Although the visuals were cool and Sam Elliott was great, and this is probably one of Nicolas Cage's like better roles, I think, for me. I just think there were a lot of, and it was emotional resonance too. Like there was a lot of moments for me that I was like, "What is going on?" Like, just for an example, like there's a scene where like they're at that restaurant and or she's at the restaurant and he like stood her up, right? And she like pulls out that 8 ball and then she like they don't ever like show what's on there and they like never go back to it and it's kind of just like a weird moment like what like why does she have an 8 ball in her purse and like why does she have it and pull it out? It was just weird. Like there was a lot of moments that like pulled me out of the movie and like I couldn't like move past them.
That's fair.
That's kind of what took it down for me. Yeah.
Oh, and there's that whole cliche of when the character tells their love interest about their powers and they don't believe them.
Ah, yes. Yeah, then I mean the other thing too, like it's cool in the way that like you like when you're a kid and you see a monster truck, you're like, "Man, that's cool." But you never look at a monster truck and you like start tearing up. You know what I mean? Like the only emotions that a monster gives you is like, "Oh, that's cool."
Speak for yourself, Brady. Speak for your...
This dude is sobbing at the monster truck rally.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was good. In my notes, I put that this movie is a great example of leaning into a genre and owning it. Though it can be corny, it knows what it is. Basically, I think they really came into this movie and they said, we're going to make a supernatural Western with, like, demonic vampire-esque type villains and just see where it goes. And I think without a rated R adaptation, they kind of did it to their PG-13 ceiling, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And I think the best CGI in the movie, honestly, I think is the penance stare. When you look in like his victim's eyes and you see all that like crackling, like I think that's where it's at its best. The flames are pretty dated.
I think it's a fair take. Yeah.
Speaking of bad CGI, in the scene where Johnny Blaze is chasing after Roxanne, when he's next to the van on his motorcycle and you see like the distance, like the trees going by, you can tell that all those trees are just flat.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna run into that a couple of times, especially in this next one. Yikes. Which, speaking of, do you guys want to get into Spirit of Vengeance?
If we must.
If we must.
It's a terrible name.
The quicker we
bad
get past
name.
it, the better. So.
Oh man.
I think the name is so bad.
Yeah.
Even just to start.
Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. So what in the soft reboot were they trying to do here?
Yeah, dude, that's what I wrote. The first thing I wrote was, "This is obviously a soft reboot."
Dude. Like first 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, so we're in a completely different film, like genre. This is interesting.
It also hurts because I don't think it needed to be a soft reboot at all.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the guys from Crank to make a Ghost Rider movie. Literally, Neville Dean and Taylor. Like, what are we doing? And also, no more Johnny Blaze country bumpkin accent. I loved that. His little, like, don't worry about me, Roxanne. Or, like, whatever. Like, his little drawl. And now he's like, I'm Nick Cage. Like that. Like, he was literally more Nick Cage in this movie than he was in the last movie.
We gotta save your son.
That was pretty good.
Careful.
Dude,
That
that's
was
a
pretty
good
good.
impression.
That was really good.
Oh, man. So,
1 out of 5. That's what I threw it at, man. I'm just
1
gonna
out of
throw it
5?
there. Yeah.
Dang, dude, that means that it's a certified stinker for you, huh?
Yep, it is.
I gave it a 2.3.
Really, you're higher than me on it. I gave it a 1.9.
Oh,
That's interesting. Yeah, I think cultural impact was my lowest score. Well, actually, I think rewatch too. I'll probably never see this movie again, to be honest.
Yeah, I rewatched it for this one, and the last time I rewatched it was probably, I don't know, it must have been like during COVID when I was just, you got nothing to do. And I couldn't remember why I hated it so much. And then I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, I will stay away from it from now on.
Yeah, we kind of made this little rule where anything that's 1.5 or worse is a certified stinker. Just because it's easier to stink than be good, we put certified classic at 4.5 out of 5, just to make it a little bit harder on ourselves, so we don't have like 50 films all in certified classic. You know what I mean? All right, well, yeah. This is what I put in the notes. Oh, I guess for a recap, if we must, basically they redo Ghost Rider's origin story and they do it worse, and they cast a guy who's a competent actor but looks nothing like Mephisto and is only referred to as Rourke instead of Mephisto for some reason. And I guess there's this kid that Rourke wants to turn into like the next Mephisto or something, or wants to steal his powers. I'm still kind of fuzzy on it, to be honest. Yeah, Ghost Rider's protecting him, and he's
And also, Idris Elba's in it.
oh yeah, and also Idris Elba's in it for some reason as just a French drunk. The whole point is he's going from spirit of vengeance to spirit of justice, so going from red flame to blue flame, and embracing his role as like a good guy because he has just suddenly decided that he's a bad guy for like most of this movie. I don't know. It's a little fuzzy, but that's basically the gist.
It's tough, man. Especially when they try to have like they have like that car ride scene, and it seems like they're trying to like push almost like a family feel to it, where like it's like it was just weird. Like it just didn't work, like he like the all the emotional stuff about this movie they tried to push was just odd, and like it didn't fit in very well. And yeah.
yeah, I think emotional resonance was the weakest thing for me because they have that scene where he's with the kid and then they ride the motorcycle. And then one scene later, they act like, well, the kid acts like they've known each other for years and is like all pissed off that he's leaving. It's like you had one scene together.
Yeah.
The other thing that's just so rough about this one, for me, is the whole time I'm trying to get behind this Rourke guy, and recasts are already hard enough, but I'm like, oh, whatever, he's like a demon, maybe he can change his form or whatever. But then, like, I don't know, like, I was just so thrown by how different, like, it was almost like they recast Ghost Rider with a Nick Cage variant, because his performance was so different that I was just like, this, my immersion was broken. Basically, I was like, I don't know how to get back into this movie.
It didn't seem like he wanted, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think he wanted to do this movie. If that may be wrong, but like it compared to the first one, like I was saying before, like he really had a passion about doing that Ghost Rider movie. And this one, like you said, it just seemed to be gone. Like he just did not want to do it. It wasn't the same. Like his passion that he had for the first one just wasn't there anymore.
Well, and I'm a little bit confused by the Eastern Europe setting. Having lived in Eastern Europe, I'm just like, it's such a intimate, like small scale part of the world that like very rarely steps out of its place onto the global stage, and so it seemed like a weird area to put on the spotlight for a movie that I'm sure was trying to reach a large audience. I don't know, it just seemed it seemed like the whole vision of this movie was just kind of thrown together in a way that they're just like, we want to be raw, we want to be edgy, and we want to save some money doing it, so let's just scale in and just tell a story as quick as possible and get it out. Like that's how it felt to me. I don't know. So yeah, that's that was a rough one.
Yeah, I have one thought. This is what I'll say. I think compared to other Vengeance characters that we have right now, I think Ghost Rider might. I think I'm okay with him being sidelined for a while, because like we have a lot to go with Moon Knight. Like we have so much more to explore with him, and I feel like Moon Knight is just a way better like Vengeance character than like even in the comics. And this may be a hot take, I feel like Moon Knight is a better Vengeance character than Ghost Rider is. So like I would hope that they push Moon Knight as that Vengeance and even Daredevil, you know what I mean? Like I hope they push those two more as like the Vengeance characters rather than introducing a third right now. So it's my take.
Well, you have hope, Ammon. I don't know if you guys heard about the Blade movie, but there was this rumor going around that the new Blade movie with Mahershala Ali was canceled. But then they came out and they're like, no, it's not canceled. It's being turned into a Midnight Suns movie. You guys familiar with the Midnight Suns?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
That is
we
hype.
might get Moon Knight alongside Ghost Rider, alongside Blade and Doctor Strange and a couple others. So
So you guys probably keep like a way closer finger on the pulse of this stuff. I thought I heard like Oscar Isaac was done. Like he didn't want to come back.
yeah, after the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, and there was a couple other stuff going on behind the scenes. I think potentially Star Wars related. I think he was feeling a little bit like unwilling or feeling like he was maybe shafted or something. But I don't know. Certain rumblings are saying that he might be more down to team up with some other characters that maybe he feels could be like their actors feel similarly slighted, if that makes any sense. It seems like it's more an issue with Disney and less an issue with Marvel, if that makes any sense.
I think I mean it would be sad for sure if Oscar Isaac was done because he just did an amazing job in Moon Knight, which we'll obviously talk about later on in this series. But I think it would be really cool to see him alongside other people because in the comics, like the more he interacted with people, the more we got a gist for how crazy he actually was. Like he just looked insane all the time. Like the words, like everything he'd say, people would just be like, "What are you talking about? Like what are you saying right now?" So we'll see how it goes.
Well, the interesting thing with Doomsday, especially the connection to Ghost Rider. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but the way that Doom works in the comics, his mom is a Latverian sorceress who's craving more power, and so in his early childhood, she makes a deal with Mephisto to get more power, and it eventually claims her life. And so Doom, the accident that deforms Doom's face, is when he's a young adult. He's young and he's working with Reed Richards, and he makes this device to try to access hell to speak to the departed soul of his mom. And in doing so, it all backfires and blows up and scars him. And so then he goes to Tibet, becomes a powerful sorcerer, builds his armor, puts it on, all that jazz. And so it's interesting that we have this Mephisto connection, and then at the very same time, all these scoopers like Daniel Rickman, My Time to Shine Hello, Alex Perez, they're all talking about how they're hearing that Nick Cage Ghost Rider is going to appear in Secret Wars, which is pretty interesting because what role would he play? Would he be on Doom's side? Would he be, someone who doesn't remember that he's Ghost Rider? Like what's going to happen there?
Yeah, that's interesting to think about for sure.
I just want to know how they're going to do Doom's story, man. It's going to be interesting.
It is going to be very interesting. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I need to know why and how Robert Downey Jr. is Doom.
Well, prepare yourself because you're not going to learn that in Doomsday. You're going to have to wait till Secret Wars.
Yep.
No.
From what we're hearing, the other characters aren't even going to know that he looks like RDJ until Secret Wars. Only the audience will know.
Oof.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
I feel like
That's
that's
good
I
too.
feel like that's a good way to do it.
me too.
Same.
Well, Fantastic Four. Thoughts on this one? I like this one. I think this
It's a
one's
solid
good.
movie. It's a solid movie.
I know
It's a good
Enrique
movie.
told me that he's not a fan of these, but I don't know. Me and Danny were kind of raised on these movies. We watched these when we were kids, and I don't know. These are a great adaptation in my opinion. I know there's some controversy in the second one, which we'll get to, but this first one I think was just fun. It's a 2000s movie. You hear the like rock bands and snowboarding and kissing Maria Menounos and all that jazz. It's a good time.
Well, and
Chris,
we watched it
Go
recently,
ahead.
and I love how self-contained it feels. I think that things can feel so like grandiose and part of something bigger in good ways, but it can also feel kind of like hard to get into when you feel like you don't know the full story, even if you may not need to, or even if you don't need to, or if there isn't something that you need to know. but this one's good, really good because I feel like you just step into it and it just immerses you in this fun little world, and there's a fun little bad guy, and they defeat him, and then yeah, I like it a lot. I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie.
It was great. And I think people were reminded of Chris Evans as the Human Torch from, or Deadpool and Wolverine, right? I feel like people kind of forgot about it because that got totally
Mhm.
overshadowed by him playing Captain America, obviously. But casting for the Fantastic Four, I thought was great. Like, I think at the time it was great casting. Jessica Alba, like she was awesome. All of them were awesome. Um, it really was just a solid movie, and like it's definitely like I don't have it ranked very high, but that's not saying that it's bad at all. Like just it was fun to watch. It was emotional. It was like I would watch it again and again and again if I could. So
I like it. Something that you guys may or may not know. So that opening scene in Fantastic Four where Reed and oh my gosh, Ben are going to pitch their space excursion to Victor Von Doom. When they enter the building, they see this giant Victor Von Doom statue, and if you go back and look at it, that statue looks like RDJ, because I'm sure you guys know this, but RDJ was cast to be Doctor Doom in that movie, and because of certain controversies or other things behind the scenes, he ended up not being selected in the end, and they went with Julian McMahon. But that statue was built before Julian McMahon, so it was built to look like RDJ, and it does, and they just ran with it. They're like, it's close enough.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. What I put in the notes was I find this movie to be quite charming, though it succumbs to the issues of the era. Basically, there's some CGI that looks kind of iffy, and there's some acting that maybe hasn't aged perfectly. But for me, this is my favorite Reed Richards. I know that might be a hot take, but I love this portrayal, man. He's my favorite.
Not a hot take, in my opinion.
Plus Jessica Alba.
Oh, somebody had to say it, dude.
dude,
Dude, that's me.
that was for everyone at the time. Everyone was like, yeah. So
Did you say that's you with Chris
It was
Evans?
good.
So you said that?
Yeah, with the steam coming off of
Hey,
him, like
You're not
geez.
wrong, Danny. You're not wrong.
Not many people
like,
can pull
hey.
off a buzz cut, but hey, he was looking good.
True enough.
Oh yes.
And I wonder if he has lifetime Megaplex passes from his Maria Menounos lady.
I actually ranked this kind of lower. I ranked it at a 2.8.
It's fair. Where does it fall for you?
I think mainly rewatchability. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I don't think I would watch this again, and I think that's just because Fantastic Four isn't really a sort of thing I've ever got into. Well, I guess I haven't really got into any other of these besides Spider-Man, but sometimes I would look at like a trailer for a new Marvel thing coming out and being like, oh, I might see that, but I see a Fantastic Four trailer and I'm like, I have no interest in that, and I don't know why. It's just something.
Just not
maybe
for you.
the second one turned you off, which we'll talk about.
No, dude, it's because he's already seen the best Fantastic Four movie, which is The Incredibles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love the
That might be.
Should we talk about that one then, too?
Yeah, let's talk about The Incredibles. I have that rated as a 5.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Potentially the best Pixar
Oh.
movie ever.
I just thought it was funny that on the IMDb credits, Maria Menounos is just credited as sexy nurse.
Fair enough.
It's sexy nurse with a likable laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to get that. We got to get that added on there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I gave this one a 3.8. Probably a little bit high, specifically because of nostalgia. I think that's why it's so rewatchable, is because when I watch it, I'm 10 years old again. But yeah, Tim's story, man, I think it's kind of interesting. This era was just, I really appreciate superhero team suits. I think that's fun, but I can see like some of the issues. Like some people didn't like Michael Chiklis' practical suit, which I was fine with, but definitely not comic accurate, But yeah, there were just a couple of things that I'm sure rubbed people the wrong way. For me, just the absolute highlight of this movie, if I had to settle on one thing, is Reed Richards. I think that The stretchability is great. His smarts are great. His awkwardness is really great. This dude is the most oblivious. Like Jessica Alba's sitting there, cleavage out in her super suit. Like, what do you think? And he's like, no way. What's this made out of? He's just focusing on like the synthetic fabric. And I'm like, all right, bro's blind or whatever.
It did a good job, I think, with Reed Richards in terms of like not focusing on either like his smarts or his stretchiness. You know, like it did very good at like showing all of his abilities.
I would love to see him make a cameo. I like of all of
I would
them.
love to.
I'd be down. All right, should we talk about Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer?
Okay, so Ammon obviously doesn't like this one.
I have some more. It's not bad. I just. Okay, Galactus ruins it for me. Like watching the movie, like you get to Galactus, and I like, especially now, knowing what I know, like it ruins the entire movie for me. Like it makes me never want to watch it again.
Well, what if I challenge you here?
I hate it too. I hate it too. It's the worst.
But you say based on what you know. But let me ask you what you know, because Galactus, from what I know in the comics, not to be an actually guy, but Galactus has the ability. He is perceived by people, like he's perceived in a way that the people who perceive him understand. So he presents himself in a way that that being can best comprehend them. So maybe all the people on Fantastic Four's Earth are just like Big Cloud.
Maybe, maybe you can say that. You can say that, but I can't. I hated it. Like,
No, it's
it was
fair.
so weird, and Silver Surfer was so cool. That's the best part of this movie for me is Silver Surfer. Like his visuals, that whole scene, like with Johnny chasing him, and where he's like going through the building, and oh my gosh, and he like goes through his board and goes beside. Oh, it's so cool. Like what a cool scene. Definitely the star of the show, and this one was Silver Surfer.
Agreed.
So,
Are you saying that like the appearance of Galactus is what you don't like, essentially?
yeah,
Okay.
it turns me off for the whole movie. So
Okay. All right, fair enough. I think so. I didn't really have, obviously I don't have a lot of experience with the comics. I always thought comic Galactus looked silly. So
yeah,
I liked the Cloud portrayal. I understand why it's like not even remotely accurate to anything that was shown before. But I could see how that would detract, but I think like obviously jumping way ahead, like I think the new Galactus is probably like I like his design, how it's more comic accurate but still imposing. But I always thought like seeing a comic panel of Galactus himself, I thought he was super silly looking.
I agree.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, and that's probably like what you were saying. I think as a movie itself, like if I was just watching this as someone who didn't understand the comics or like didn't read them, I'd probably be like, "Oh, this is super cool," you know. But like, that's like what you said. It's just a thing for me where like a big thing about how when I watch these movies is like, are they true to what they are reading and what the fans are reading? And this one, in that sense, this wasn't true to the comics for me. So,
Yeah, you got to show respect to like where they're getting the ideas from, and they weren't in that situation.
right.
And just like objectively, a Big Cloud kind of sucks as an antagonist.
Fair
It's like,
enough.
even
You make a good
objectively,
point.
actually, it kind of isn't that great either.
Isn't that
Dormammu.
like what it was in like Green Lantern too? Just like a big
Brady.
cloud.
Yeah.
Don't bring up
Dormammu for real.
don't bring up lanterns, bro. It's a sore subject.
We can't talk about that right now.
Okay,
I think we're
okay.
good on the evil dust situation. We don't need any more
As-
content there.
As a side note, I know I told you guys that lanterns is how I got into superhero nerds, but like up until last year, the most comics that I'd read of a single character, Marvel or DC, was lanterns. Up until last year, when I finally surpassed it, reading Thor comics. Like I've got my Blue Lantern ring right here on the shelf, you know.
Sick.
And what the heck did they do to my boy? Oh, anyway, sorry. Holy frick. It's been a rough week. I literally had to go to the break area at my work and hop on the Discord and be like, did you guys see this freaking lanterns garbage? I was so mad, dude. Oh. Anyway, going back to the Cloud. Yeah, it was interesting. It was almost like I was thinking maybe that like the Cloud would open and Galactus would just be in there like floating around. But yeah, no, that just never happened. It was just a cloud. So like, oh.
You see like the shadow kind of.
Yeah, on that planet
like
or
it's
whatever.
like the silhouette. Yeah.
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 I was just gonna say the best adaptation that we've seen in Galactus. Unfortunately, I didn't get to experience it. Was in Fortnite though. Rip.
Dude.
Did you
let
play
me
that
tell
event,
you, it
Danny?
was of course.
Oh.
I don't miss events. Love Fortnite. I was just gonna say like what Ammon. Let's see,
You
Ammon
can say
that
you can
was
say Ammon B.
Ammon. What?
I don't
Oh,
mind. You can say
I'll just
Ammon
say
B. I
Ammon.
don't mind.
I'll say
Yeah,
Ammon.
alright.
Jeremy Ammon. To his credit, putting a side by side of like a comic Galactus, like what you're expecting him to look like, and then like the cloud of whatever the freak. Yeah, it's disappointing and it's weird and it's like annoying. So, yeah, I think that's why I have
It looks
beef.
like he has a big purple trash can on his head.
Yeah, and that's annoying
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But I did like his new version.
A fun fact about that Fortnite Galactus, by the way. He's from the DC universe, and I can prove it. Check this out.
Dude, I'm just losing it.
While he's doing that, I was gonna say, I think one of the things I love about seeing all these movies, like seeing all these comics on the screen, is because like the Sentinels from X-Men look goofy.
Mm.
You know, like all
Oh,
their
yeah, for
costumes
sure.
look super. Like most of their costumes look bad. You know, and so
Uh-huh.
it's like being able to see how they'll interpret that on the big screen. Like how you said, Galactus in the new Fantastic Four, like it looks so good. Like he was so menacing.
Yeah.
Um,
And they made the trash can thing work. Like it,
They
I
made-
think
they
it
made it
did not
look
look
good,
silly at
yeah.
all.
So like, that's kind of the thing I always look forward to is like how like Cyclops. Cyclops' uniform. Let's just be honest, it's not great in the comics. You know what I mean? But like that trailer where you see him for Doomsday, like it's beautiful. Okay, we can-
Yeah.
We'll get into it in Last Stand, dude. I got a bone
Yes.
to pick with that movie, but
yes, yep.
So, this the Fortnite Galactus tie-in came from this Thor comic. It's the Thor run from Donny Cates. It started in 2020. Check this out. So, basically, Thor becomes the Herald of Galactus. So he replaces the Silver Surfer as Galactus' new herald. So at this point, Odin is dead and Thor is the king of Asgard. So Thor has his powers, Odin's powers, and now the Herald of Galactus' powers. So this like he's juiced up. And so Galactus is talking about how Galactus is the herald of the destroyer or the devourer of universes. And he became his herald after his universe was destroyed and he was the sole survivor. And he was talking about how the heroes of his universe failed. Listen to some of the heroes from his universe. A sun god, a god of emerald light, a god of dark, a god of the ocean, and a god of speed. And now take a look at the art
that's
there.
literally
Superman, Flash, Green Lantern.
Green.
So
That's crazy.
That's sick.
Okay, so here we go. Really quick, I have another thing that I want to talk about a little bit, like tying into this.
Yeah.
Okay? There is a theory, or I don't know if this is. I'm pretty sure this is true. There is only one Galactus.
that's true. That's true.
Like Galactus, like every Galactus we've seen, is the same person. It's
Yeah,
the
there's
same
no
being.
there's no variance.
Right. So it's not that that Galactus from Fortnite was from DC. It's every Galactus is from DC. Dude, he's everywhere.
He's
there's-
right.
there's
Crazy.
not- yeah.
So like
There's
even
not.
in a DC universe, there's still Galactus because he's just everywhere.
Dude, that you know what? Sorry, this is jumping like way ahead in the Marvel future, but like he could be a tie 20 years in the future for like some weird DC Marvel crossover. You know, Galactus
Well,
could be that tie-in. You know.
And DC and Marvel could because like we're just now seeing that isn't that Superman and Spider-Man comic happening right now?
Yeah.
So it's like I feel
So-
like that culture of the collaboration between different companies, I feel like that'll start translating into the movies. Because it kind of reminds me of even in the console wars, how a lot of exclusives have been ported across consoles and platforms too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
bring it to the big screen. That'd be so sick.
Oh yeah.
Before DC hired James Gunn, Kevin Feige took a meeting with Warner Brothers where they asked him to take over DC, and he said no.
Good.
I also think it's good.
True.
I also think it's good.
I want to visit that reality where that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not under James Gunn though. I'm a James Gunn hater. Down with the gun. Snyderverse. Whoa. I'm gonna get canceled for that, but whatever. So
Brady, you're the equivalent of a rep clowner, and you may not know what that means.
I have
but
no
some people
idea.
that watch this One Day Man.
dude, I'm jester maxing for the masses. You know.
Yeah. You're Snyderverse clowning. You
What
still
can
think
I
it's coming
say?
back?
Oh, it is. I'm coping a little bit. That's fine.
Dude, I need your prescription for copium. You gotta refer me to your doctor, bro.
I just want Henry Cavill Superman. Can I just have one victory? Can I just have one?
No.
Man.
He's on to
Oh.
Warhammer
Dude, he's
40k,
moved
man.
on.
True. And actually, he's real talk. He's on to Voltron. I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
2027,
Sick.
baby. They already wrapped filming. Crazy.
Oh.
Okay,
What's
so Fantastic Four. Oh, heartbreaker. How dare you?
Sorry.
Fantastic Four, 3.5 out of 5. That's what I give it. Little bit less, but I still like it. But that's just me being nostalgia baited.
Mhm.
3.2 for me. So kind of the same.
Well, should we get into my favorite portion of this phase?
Please.
Bro,
yeah. You're not the only one.
the X-Men trilogy. Holy. Whew. Okay, X-Men. I know that there's some iffy things in this one and some good things, but what'd you guys think?
Peak casting.
Absolutely
Yeah,
similar.
I was gonna say, do you guys want to talk about casting? Because like, I don't know, in my opinion, if it could ever get any better.
It was awesome. It was great. Every casting decision was so well thought out, and I remember seeing an interview about it. Like it was so much thought went into all of these characters who had the like the drive to play them and who had the passion to do it, and all of them were just so. James Marsden, I cannot wait for him
Dude.
to have his spotlight, man.
Such an underrated character.
Oh,
Sidelined all 3 movies. Yeah.
it's so bad.
I did
But-
want to call back to the concept of like comic books and being silly, because like they're just like objectively they can be just pretty silly because it's just like these, strong or otherwise capable human beings that don't exist in real life. But the thing that I love about X-Men movies and these ones in particular is it's like even if it's this kind of paranormal, like this greater than normal thing, I still feel like I believe them because they believe themselves, and you can feel that. And even though it's so like deeply baked in 2000s everything, I just love it. I just love these movies.
My boy Wolverine, dude.
It's crazy just to see, because that's all I ever saw him in growing up, and then all of a sudden these people are like, yeah, let's go see this. Let's go see this Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman's in. I'm like, what the freak? Why am I going to watch Wolverine do? And I don't know. I think that I was watching like the behind the scenes stuff for it, and they said that he was kind of like an out of left field casting, right? Like, he wasn't the first choice, right?
Yeah.
No,
And I
he was not
I
first.
can't imagine it being anyone else.
And that's the thing too, is like visually, I mean, or I should say, like in terms of like Logan's like physical aspects, like Hugh Jackman doesn't fit. He's a shorter guy, like Wolverine's a teeny guy. But like it just, like you said, it just fits. Like it, I couldn't imagine it being anyone else.
Unless
And
it's
yeah,
Henry Cavill.
The Cavalrine.
No, please no, please no. I do not want Henry Cavill.
This dude's a Henry Cavill hater. What the heck?
No, I like Henry Cavill, but like he has roles he's good at, and he has roles he will not be good at.
Well,
that's just my take.
I think that's valid. He's good for a
Yeah.
cameo.
Little.
It was cool. Yeah.
There's a little rumor on the wind though that they're doing another Wolverine solo movie after the reboot, so after Secret Wars, and it's still Hugh Jackman.
Till
They
he's
re-
90.
Till he's 90.
Till he's 90, baby.
What do you guys think about I one of the rumors is Taron Egerton is the next Wolverine.
I've heard that.
I could see that too.
Better
I'd
than
really
Daniel
like that. I
Radcliffe.
like more.
True.
Oh, I like Daniel Radcliffe, but I wouldn't want him there.
You guys ever seen that movie where he grows horns, Daniel Radcliffe?
What?
Maybe. Maybe.
No.
You guys ever see that movie where the Riddler rides Daniel Radcliffe's corpse like a jet ski? You seen that one?
And he farts? Yeah.
Swiss Army Man. Now that's a classic. I've never had a more emotional fart at the end of a movie, but let me tell you, crying to a fart is a new experience. I'll have to tell you that much.
Oh man.
Also, I gotta flex the merchandise.
Yeah, of
Beautiful.
course you do.
Beautiful.
Snicked.
What a great
True.
movie, dude. X-Men was seriously of its time. I don't have. Here's another thing too. I don't have an issue with their suits. I know, like they all. I know, like the X-Men suits are like the classic yellow and blue, but like they really. I feel like at the time that just didn't work. You know, like it would have. I don't think it would have been received very well. I think the outfits are a little goofy, but I do appreciate the call out where they say, "What do you expect? A yellow spandex?" And Wolverine kind of gives that like, little side eye. Like that was funny. But they really tried to make this fit into like its time, and I think they did a perfect job. I have a 4.8 out of 5, man.
I think I have it at 3.6.
Dang.
I'm a little low on it. It loses points for craft and execution only because there are elements of the climax in the Statue of Liberty that it feels a little bit too obvious that it's on a set. Like it almost reminds me of like Gone to the Wind or Gone to the Wind, Gone with the Wind, or like the old like Gene Kelly movies, which are great movies, but you can tell that it's on a big soundstage, and that's just kind of a product of the time, though. Let's see. This is what I put in the notes. I said Hugh Jackman's debut changed the genre forever. This film is not perfect, but it gave the audience a glimpse of the future. It's one of the most important comic movies.
Yeah, it was like a gateway drug so that like the audiences could get an appetite for it.
Also, Ian McKellen.
Gandalf.
Dude, what more can you say?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the friendship between Charles and Magneto is just insane.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and they both portray it very well.
Again, we'll talk about this later on. Or no, we already. You guys talked about it a little bit last one, right?
About
With,
First Class?
X-Men. Yeah, you guys talked
Yeah.
about the last
Yep.
video, right? Yeah, no, I think they did a great job casting their younger versions.
Mm-hmm.
They kept that like brotherly bond really well. So, and Ian
Yeah.
McKellen and Patrick Stewart, they portrayed that extremely well in this movie, and in all three of the movies.
Will, what was your ranking, Will? I didn't hear if you said.
For the X-Men, I have 4s across all of them.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. Do you guys have any more about X-Men, or should we go on to X2? X2, baby. This movie is so good.
Yeah,
Nightcrawler, man.
Nightcrawler.
Dude.
I love it.
so good.
What a great opening scene.
Oh, that White House scene is killer, dude.
Well, yeah.
What do you think, Will?
I love Alan Cumming. I love to see him in this movie. I think with a lot of people our age, we first got introduced to him as Fagin Floop from Spy Kids, and then later saw him as Boris in GoldenEye. And I think he seems to always have a different voice in every role he plays, and he's just pretty good.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. One
Now
second.
cut that and say it again.
Camera tripod down, bro.
All right, no, take 5.
Also, Halle Berry, I wanted to bring that up too. I think that she's such a good Storm in my opinion, but
Yeah, the only thing I have on Halle Berry is I'm sad she dropped her accent. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. But like other than that, she's a great.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where do we leave off?
Started again?
Yeah, we were on X2.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler,
So
yeah.
let me tell you, X2, I think it's probably, man, do I call this the greatest X-Men movie? I might. It's freaking good.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say.
I think that's 100% valid.
Telling
I
you,
agree.
dude, it's so good. Like, so some you were saying with the suits. I think maybe I was telling this to Danny. I can't remember, but that Green Lantern suit that's leaked in this new Lantern show, it looks butt ugly. But if that Green Lanterns movie came out in 2003, like X2 did, and that was the suit, I don't think I'd be as mad because it's like this leathery, like almost like it looks like it belongs in that era. And so it would
Mhm.
work back then, which is kind of why I think it doesn't work now because it doesn't have any nostalgia to back it up, like maybe these suits would if they were to do these suits in modern time. But also,
Mhm.
they have the guts to do comic accurate suits in modern times, so it doesn't even really matter. So it's kind of interesting that I have such a vehement negative response to the Lantern suit, but then these suits I'm like, yeah, you know.
I think what you said is just makes sense. It's just for the time it works. You know what I mean? Like it's all right. No one's upset about it.
Mm.
But if they were to have made X-Men movies now, I think I would be upset about it. Like they have the capabilities, and like they have people like us who obviously like we want to see these characters we saw as kids. You know, and like especially I don't know if you guys ever watched the animated X-Men series.
Oh, we
Um,
have.
yeah, like it's like if they were to make these movies now, like we need those suits, like we need them now. But at this time, it just works. And like you said, that Green Lantern suit today, it just doesn't work. You know,
Yeah.
like they don't. There's no reason for that suit. You know, they have the capabilities to make it better. So I agree.
I also think something that escaped maybe a lot of people's minds, and for me, I didn't know that as well. I guess like costume technology has come a long way since that time as well. You don't think like clothing would really have that much development, but they can do way more these days than they can back then. So I think with what they were able to do for that time, it was perfect.
Yeah, plot wise, I don't know. I am a big fan of the superhero team up. I just like every time like that's why the phases are structured the way they are. Is even if it's not a great team up, to end every single one of these phases with a team up movie of some sort is just like it's what gets me going. It's like, oh, comic book splash, like that's what I want. And this one, I feel like it balances it so perfectly, with the one exception being Cyclops. That's just the one guy that, man, if there was a director's cut, we need more screen time.
Yeah, I. That's totally fair.
But Jean, I mean, if we get more Cyclops screen time but less Jean time, I'd be a little bit concerned about that because she has just this integral role, like especially superhero Jean, not like supervillain Jean. Like she really shines in X2. She really comes into her own, and she makes a sacrifice play, and it is emotional. Like, dude, I don't know how someone can act as well as James Marsden without their eyes and still deliver such an
Mhm.
emotional performance when he loses Jean.
While being sidelined the whole time. Yeah,
It's crazy.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I gave it a
And
4.2.
also, the Oakleys that he has in these movies are the coolest Oakleys ever made.
True.
In my, I think they're so cool.
Oh, man. My only
Um,
qualm with this trilogy is teenage slash young adult Rogue. I would have loved a more
Mm.
X-Men like the from the 90s Rogue, like where she's this confident, powerful, chick, but at the same time, if that was the only way they could figure out how to make Logan this older brother type character to a lot of these young mutants, then I'm okay with it.
Uh, I have a couple of quotes that I wrote down that I wanted to talk about a little bit. Um, First being Magneto when he's talking to Pirate. I can't remember Pyro's real name. Oh, that's actually funny. I just said that. Do you remember his name, like his actual name?
I don't know either.
That's fine. Well, Magneto asks him his name and he tells him, and then Magneto says, "What's your real name?" And he says, "Pyro." Like that, like the storytelling just in that short dialogue is so powerful, because it shows like you have these because they're all teaming together obviously for this short moment, right? But like you have this group, this side of the mutants who's fighting, to stay hidden, to stay alive, and then you have Magneto's side of the mutants that's shown from this short dialogue that like no, 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 who you are as a mutant, like he says, you're a god among ants. Like that's powerful, man. Like it's so intense. for me, like that dialogue is so good. And then another thing, I actually did some research on this, and I really like it. So if you guys have any thoughts, let me know. But when they're trying to get inside of Cerebro, or the fake Cerebro, and Storm like is helping Nightcrawler go somewhere he can't see, he says like the prayer from the Bible, where he's like, "Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, will be done as it is in heaven," or whatever, right? Um, I think that's such a powerful way to like visualize how Nightcrawler like uses his abilities, because like he basically goes through the dimension of hell and then back, every time, because it's like sulfur, right? And so I think that was cool because he's basically saying like, take me through hell to get to heaven, basically. And I just think that was a cool way to like visualize like how much he progresses in this story. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, that's fine. But yeah, those two lines, like I just really loved like those dialogues. I thought they were really well thought out. So
Oh, Nightcrawler was such a great addition. When they're in that, are they in like a church and it's Storm? Is it Storm and Jean that recruit him?
yeah,
Dude, I think those are the two perfect ones to send, because if you send someone abrasive like Wolverine, or someone maybe, I don't want to call him trigger happy because I actually think he's very under control, but he is in many ways kind of the OP guy, Cyclops. Like if you send those two and they already have their own personal issues, so they're already going to be maybe off their A game, and then they've got this dude that's just like a wild card, like that could have ended very poorly. But they send their two probably more sympathetic or more capable of empathy and sympathy characters. I mean, I don't know. It was just you could tell that the writers knew the characters they were writing. They weren't just like, we'll just crunch a bunch of action figures together, see what happens.
yeah. Well, and then when Rogue gets sucked out of the plane, like Nightcrawler just goes right after. Like he wasn't even asked. Like he just goes right after her, and like that is Nightcrawler. Like he trusts these guys, and he was sacrificing his life for them, and he didn't even need to, and no one asked him to either. Like he just went after her immediately. So I think they wrote him very well. So
Agreed. What are your thoughts, Will?
Yeah, I think I liked this one just, a little bit better than the first, even though I have them at the same number. But yeah, I think if I were to watch another one again, it would be the second one.
I know Wolverine kind of took over as like the star of these movies, and he got all his spin-off movies. But even before the reboot of like the X-Men '97 and everything, Cyclops was always my favorite. And so him having to have such a small role in this movie and be written out in that way was very sad. However, I think this is again another example of just dead on casting. Is Kelsey Grammer as Beast. He's so good. And I think, I don't remember exactly, but I was reading somewhere like he hadn't done movies for a while before this movie, right?
Yeah, I think this was his first role in like a couple of years.
Yeah, and so I know that the reception he got stepping into this role, I believe he said was like very inspiring for him. So,
and he's back. Yes.
and he's back at the end of the Marvels. Yeah.
Yeah,
He looked so good at the end of the Marvels.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched that one yet. Is it the same? Is it him?
It's Kelsey.
Like I know he's CGI now, but
they made him look a little bit more like X-Men '97, like the '90s animated, where he's got that underbite with the two fangs cut up like this, and he's got a little bit more of like the Wolverine shape. He looks good,
but it's still Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, yep.
That's all I need.
And
he looked really good. Really good.
He was like in Marvel's ear, like, I'm hearing rumblings about maybe doing Fox again. You better bring me back as Beast. Like he was so mad, like not actually mad, but he was like pretty bummed when he got recast. But obviously he can't play the younger Beast, Yeah. So he's like, he was understanding about it, but like, yeah, he's glad to be back. Here's what I put in the notes. I said, this movie's biggest flaw was rushing through good ideas. It's not a bad film, but it desperately needs a director's cut. I felt like there's a lot of things about it that are great, but they don't take the time to explore the great ideas they're having. They have like 6 different really good ideas, but and then it's just like and scene, and scene, and scene. And you're like, oh, if we could have just like lived in the moment for a little bit longer. Like, to point one out specifically, the training sequence down in the basement where Logan is like being grumpy and just like kills that fake sentinel rather than letting the team work together, even though that gets like called back to later on in the final battle, it would have been nice to see that explored a little more, see maybe the tensions between him and Storm, and like really show that Wolverine is still struggling from the loss of Jean rather than just kind of tell us that he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it a 3.5.
I think 3.5 is fair. This movie had a lot going for it, and I think I didn't really know how to phrase it, but I think how you said it, how they had a lot of great ideas, just like not good representation of those ideas or execution of those ideas. I think that's a good way to say it. Another issue I had was I feel like the Phoenix Force was such a letdown in
Yeah.
terms of like how powerful it actually is. I feel like they minimized where it came from and like the hold it kind of had on Jean Grey. That was one thing that really took it down for me. I had it at actually a 3.2.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't like not a bad movie. I would watch it again, but
I
Juggernaut,
think it's
I
fair.
wish we heard more about him. You know what I mean? It's just those things.
I'm the
Little things like
Juggernaut.
That's the best quote in all the movies.
that. Yeah. I did find out though that this was the most expensive movie of its time. At
Really?
the time, this was the most expensive movie ever made.
Jeez.
So, like the CGI in this movie was crazy. Like it was, and they did a great job. Like the de-aging of Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen was good until you got like those close-up shots of their faces. That's when it kind of got iffy. But,
Yeah, I mean, for 2006, I thought that was really good.
yeah.
That's a pretty cool scene when she lifts up all the cars and slams them down, and then
yeah.
Magneto's like, well, Charles, you brought me here for one reason, but I got another idea. Oh, and then when she kills... Okay, that was something interesting. So one of the main reasons why I wanted us to watch X-Men First Class as our first introduction to the mutants was so that we could meet Moira McTaggart, who is the CIA agent, the lady that recruits Charles Xavier and essentially helps found the original X-Men. She plays a very minor role, but in X3, sorry, in The Last Stand, I should say. Hello? Did it just follow me? That's crazy. Don't die on me. Don't die on me. Stay. So, Moira McTaggart. Oh my gosh. Oh. High tech. So Moira McTaggart. I don't know how to turn it off, to be honest. Moira McTaggart, she has this person, and I wish I would have wrote it down in my notes. Basically, there's a scene where she is in the hospital, and she has this person who is in a coma, and their brain is gone. And this person, it's never really explained why he looks like Charles Xavier, but he does. He looks just like Charles Xavier. And his brain he's completely brain dead. And so Charles Xavier, he mentions this in a one-off scene to Storm and some other students in The Last Stand. So then when he gets obliterated by Jean, he puts his consciousness, like Voldemort style, he puts his brain and life force into this coma patient. And we see that in the post-credit scene of this movie where he's alive, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of interesting, but I specifically wanted to know who Moira McTaggart was so I could make that point, because I was always confused about that as a kid. And so I remember having this thought when I was a kid. I was like, if I ever show the X-Men to anybody, I'm going to make them watch First Class first so they know who this person is, so that I can at the very least explain poorly what happened there. It's a bit of a comic book stretch that they did that, but they still did it. What are you going to do? So the point of the tier list, I'll explain. This is where it gets a little bit cutthroat, because we have to agree. It's a collective tier list. We have to agree on placement. So if you feel outspoken, for or against certain things, let us know. And then we'll move on to our last segment. Let me just crack my
it tonight?
second monster tonight.
I know, Brady. I really need to come get one from you. These Mountain
Come on
Dews
down.
aren't cutting it.
So we're not already having the ones that have been ranked previously on here.
No, so what we're gonna do is we do a tier list for each phase, but then
got it.
after we've all seen Doom, when we have our kind of our last, podcast episode for All Roads Lead to Doom, we'll sit down and we'll do an everything tier list. We're literally just gonna
Got it.
like that'll probably be what the podcast is that day. Besides also talking about Doom, All right, Hulk. What do you guys think? Where did I rank it? Let's see. I had this at like a 2.9, so I don't know. Probably, I might be feeling just with what we've got here. I might be feeling like a C tier.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sounds
say C.
correct.
C or
Mhm.
C.
I think compared to everything else, C tier is appropriate. Yeah.
And once we have all
let's
the
start
entries
with
on here,
C.
we can tweak.
Yeah, let's start with C and see what we're thinking.
Okay. Ghost Rider 1. I feel like it's probably a B tier for me.
Really, I would
feel like-
vote also C tier.
Yeah.
I'd go more towards B.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Ammon's side. Like, I'm trying to think of like which one I'd prefer to like watch over the other, and I think I just feel like they're both at that level for me. They're both C tier for me. So
Is Danny about to break the split right now?
Well, he hasn't seen Hulk or Ghost Rider, so this will be
Oh,
interesting.
dang. All right. Well,
Wait, I can't. That still makes me objective.
True.
True.
That's true.
I guess
Ah.
subjective. I guess subjective in my objectivity. I don't know.
I'm okay with it being in B, just like for
Or
now.
just bottom of B. Just
Move it
agree
up.
to have it be.
Yeah. But
Okay.
just know it's a low B.
Let's
Low
see.
B.
Low B.
Low B. All right. Do we even need to ask about Ghost Rider 2?
no.
S tier.
It's that's for. Never mind.
Wait, scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a rough watch. That I don't know, Will, if you had like gun to your head, you have to pick between Ghost Rider 2 or Elektra. Which one are you throwing on?
Oh, that's a tough one because they're both like enjoyably bad for me, but I think honestly Elektra.
Dude,
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's literally a lose-lose in that scenario. But yeah, I think Elektra is the take. Oh. All right, Fantastic Four 1, I feel like it's a comfortable A tier.
A.
Now this one is interesting. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. What do you guys think?
I'd rather watch it over Ghost Rider.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's still A, but that's just me.
So Danny's saying A. I think it's definitely, I like it more than Ghost Rider. I'm maybe leaning towards like a high B.
Yeah, I think B.
Yeah, I would do either. Yeah, low A or high B.
I'm cool with
Do
B.
B. My vote's B
Yeah, let's
above
do it.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, now this is where it's going to get interesting. First X-Men.
A.
Would you say above Fantastic Four or below Fantastic Four?
My takes above.
I think it's above.
Above.
I think it's above, which is hard to say, but yes. I just love Fantastic Four, but it is. It is
Alright.
above it.
Now,
Who's your
granted,
S tier?
yeah, true. I will say something to remember, which Enrique pointed out last time. Things that are in the S tier category in some of these individual phases are definitely going to get knocked down some pegs when we do the overall.
Yeah, agreed.
But
Yep.
funny enough, an exception to that rule in my book is X2, baby. That is just a good movie. Come on.
I think that'll, by the end of this whole thing, I think that'll stay up there for sure.
It's so good, dude. But I'm also, dude, I was going to say this earlier, but I forgot. There's this scene where Wolverine stabs a guy in the X-Mansion's kitchen. And I was thinking about it from the perspective of the guy getting stabbed. It's already terrifying, but the way that Hugh does it, he stabs him first, and then as the guy is already, 6 claws in his chest, then Wolverine starts to scream. So this dude is just dying with Wolverine just going, ah! And I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, that was something I forgot to bring up, was how like berserk Hugh Jackman went in X2, like especially in the scene where he's like protecting the school, and he's like, you're gonna shoot me," and he's like screaming at him, Like it was so much fun to watch. So yeah, just on that note. So
Dude, as a side note, when they reboot the X-Men, I hope that Colossus makes it onto the main team because I love that interaction between that young Colossus, but he's like the oldest of the kids, and he's actually like doing as good as Wolverine, and he's like, I can help you, and Wolverine's like, get them to safety. It's just like, oh, mwah.
That is
All
why
right.
I'm excited for all this to be going down, like all of the Avengers, Doom, and Secret Wars and everything. I'm excited for the opportunity for just so many new stories and so many new team ups and teams and everything to make it to the screen.
Yep, Am, and I hope you're ready for Tobey Maguire to die, bro. I hope you're ready to watch that happen.
Dude, I'm gonna cry. It's gonna
Dude,
be,
they teased it already.
Oh,
I know. I'm
he's
gonna
gonna
cry.
die.
You know how hard I cried watching Toy Story 4, Brady?
I do. I was there with you.
I'm gonna cry harder.
Why did you cry at that movie?
Toy
Bro.
Story 4,
Yeah.
dude. Were you there? I thought who was there?
It was me, dude.
All right,
it
this
was
is
you and I.
totally side note.
It was you and I.
It
Just
was you and
us
I-
two.
No, at Toy Story there was a couple of us.
And I think
There's a
you.
few.
I think you and I went as like a bro date, just the two of us at Toy Story 4.
That's cute.
I think that other people were gonna
Maybe.
go and they bailed, and then you and I were like, we're
Oh,
still
yeah,
gonna
that's
go.
us. Yeah, dude, we bawled. It was such a sad. It was when this is you can edit this out. It's fine. But like when Woody and Buzz said bye, like
'Kay.
that did it for me and Brady. Both of us like broke. You know, like
Got
it
it.
was terribly sad. So
It's a really sweet movie, and even though the trilogy of Toy Story is unbeatable, it's really nice, and I think I even teared up there too. It's so
can we put
sweet.
Toy Story 4 in A tier?
I didn't
Well,
like Toy Story 4 very
Yeah.
much.
You and
Three is
me
an
both
S tier.
will.
3 is an S tier for real.
Look,
You and me both will. I think Toy Story 4 belongs in why was this movie made?
Ammon and I are in the minority for our love for Toy Story 4. But here's the thing. We went into it with low expectations, and you got to remember the time period. This is post Endgame and like right either at graduation or right after graduation, and it's this separation of friends, and we're sitting there like, oh my gosh, this has happened to us in real life, in real time.
I
Yeah,
see.
You know, it was like a
yeah,
whole
dude,
thing.
it was rough. It was rough, man. It was. I think we talked about that too. You know,
Yeah.
we were like, dude, this is like happening to us right now. You know, yeah.
Well, and we looked at each other and we like kind of laughed because we were like, this is so ridiculous that the two of us are sobbing to Toy Story 4 right now. But we were like, what are you gonna do,
Yeah. yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man.
dude?
All right, we can lock back in, I suppose.
All right. All right.
Yeah. So, are we saying bottom S,
Ooh.
What? What did
Oh.
you
Or-
say?
or are we
Last
saying
Stand?
yeah, or are we saying more like
Oh.
A tier, or
Y-
you say B
think-
tier?
I think B.
Yeah, like high B or low A.
Would you say here?
Maybe top of B.
Yeah, top of B.
Yeah.
It does have
it's
some pretty
great.
unforgivable flaws.
But it's kind of that thing, like I was saying, like it's a great movie. Fantastic Four, Rise of Silver Surfer is a great movie. Galactus, like they
Mhm.
ruined Galactus for me, and then for X-Men, they ruined the Phoenix Force for me. You know, and it totally threw off the movie that I think was unforgivable. So I think for that reason, that's why I'd put it in B tier anyway.
Okay, is that how we're
Yeah.
feeling?
I was happy with that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this in the chat real quick. Okay, gentlemen, shall we move on and get a little competitive to close it out for the night?
Yeah.
All right, boys. So we are gonna do a draft, and we're gonna do it snake draft style. Are we all familiar with what that is? Should I explain that real quick?
Yeah. You should.
So basically, here's our task. We are going to draft each of us our own Avengers team under the following criteria. Allow me to pull up my rules here. So each of us will draft a 6-man superhero team with the intent of taking down Doctor Doom. The criteria is this, and let me upload it to the Discord so you guys can reference it. Each team has to have one genius, one heavy hitter, one mystic, so someone who, is magical in nature, one ground level hero, so specifically with low powers or no powers, and we can kind of debate if there's one that's like a borderline, one cosmic hero, and then a wild card, someone of your choice, just anybody. The way that the draft works is, let's say, just as an example, we'll say that as far as draft positions go, we'll say that Danny's 1, Jeremy's 2, I'm 3, Ammon's 4, and Will's 5. So the way that the draft works is Danny would pick his first and just one, not all 6. He'd pick one character. He'd say the category that character fulfills and who the character is. And now that character cannot be used in any fashion by any other team. It's locked in just to him. And so he picks, then number 2 picks, number 3 picks, number 4 picks, and number 5 picks, right? But a snake draft works to where then for round 2, 5 picks first, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, until we've done 6 rounds. And so basically, we're trying to beat each other, and it'll be up for debate, but we'll all unanimously, oh my gosh, we'll collectively agree who the best team is, and the creator of that team will win. Whoever has drafts the best team in the end will win one of those little Discord avatar modifiers, or one of the Discord profile modifiers, and so you will be awarded that tonight, specifically from the Fantastic Four category on Discord. So you'll select your prize. I'll send it to your Discord account, and it'll be applied immediately. In order to determine our order in the draft, we have a little mini game. This is a homemade original. ChatGPT did not help, and that is not for lack of trying. I begged it for many suggestions, and they all sucked. So I just had to make my own. Fine, I'll do it myself. Okay, so we are going to play a game that I call Doom's Gambit. Now, this game is very simple. Basically, we're all playing against each other, and there's some skill, some randomness. So as an example, I'm just going to play me versus Jeremy Ammon. This is how it would look at 2-player. The way that a round works, and this will be for all 5 of us, but the way that a round works is every person gets dealt 1 card face down. The objective of the game is to have the highest points, and the cards that are in the game, their point values are as follows. It's very easy. There's King, and King is worth 4. There's Queen. Queens are worth 3. Jacks are worth 2. Aces are worth 1. And then there are 2 jokers in the game. The Thanos Joker is -1, and the normal Joker, the Loki Joker, is just 0. Does nothing for you.
Wait, are these the Avengers cards?
Yes, they are.
Dude, I have those cards.
Good man.
Dude.
So basically, the way it works, we'll play 3 rounds. At the start of every round, every person playing gets dealt 1 card face down. So then, the way the gameplay works is each person will take a turn rolling this 6-sided die. So I'll roll it for you, obviously. So let's say it's Ammon's turn. He rolled a 1. A 1 means you lose your turn. Nothing happens. Now, a 6 is a reroll. So really, there's only 4 things that can actually happen. If you roll a 2, every single full deck, so let's say we're on the 3rd round, so you'd have 3 cards face down per person. Every single deck rotates 1 slot clockwise. Excuse me. So that changes what cards you have. For a 3, it's counterclockwise. It rotates the other way. For a 4, the person whose turn it is who rolled it, and feel free to ask questions because I know this is a lot of information. They get to select 2 people to switch their cards. So whether they want to switch or they want 2 other people to switch, that's their choice. And if they roll a 5, it reveals 1 person's card. So if Ammon wanted me to reveal my card because he rolled a 5, I'd flip this bad boy over and he would know that it's an ace. Now, that being said, this card is still in play. So even if I had all 3 of my cards revealed, they can still be rotated, they can still be swapped, but now you just know their value. If that makes sense.
Do they stay revealed?
They stay revealed, and once 3 cards have been dealt to everybody, all unrevealed cards get revealed. You tally up your points, and then whoever has the most points, they get to choose their order in the draft first, and then 2nd place and 3rd place, and so forth.
Sweet.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, let's get into it. All right. So let's see. The best way to do this, we're going to call this card. This is Ammon's card. Danny's card. Jeremy's card, Will's card, my card. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ammon, you ready for your roll?
Oh yeah.
A 6, reroll. A 4. That means that you can pick any 2 people to switch cards.
Switch mine with yours, Brady.
Okay? All right, Dan.
Okay.
A 6, reroll. A 2. That means every card moves clockwise once. So that means
Okay.
I go here, you go there, you go there, you go there. Okay. All right, Jeremy. Oh, a 1. Sorry, dog.
No.
You'll never financially recover from this. All right, Will.
Hit me.
This is why I don't gamble.
A 6. Dang, dude. It's rigged. Only Jeremy didn't get a 6. I'm a cheater. Okay, that's a 3, so it's going back. Okay, now it's my roll. A 4. I'm gonna make the Ammon switch.
Sounds good to me.
And that's round 1. Now we move into round 2.
I hit my card.
Bro's hitting on a 16. He's nuts. All right, Ammon. A 6. Dude, I am a wizard.
Wow.
I might be Doctor
All
Strange.
right.
3. Okay, let's see. 3 is the other way. So, Ammon's are here. Okay, Danny.
Okay.
A 4. You get to switch the full stack between two players of your choice.
All right. Me and Will.
Okay.
Fool.
Dude, that was a terrible roll.
Got him.
I just start cussing you out.
A 5. Ammon, you get to reveal any player's card.
Are you talking about me?
Oh yeah, sorry, Jeremy, I should say.
Brady, I want to see your first round card.
This one?
Yeah. Yep.
Ayo.
Okay.
King Thor.
Okay.
Thor.
That's a 4-point card. Not to put a target on my own back, but
Oh, that's what I wanted to do.
all right, Will, big money. Oh, just kidding. I jinxed you.
Damn.
All right.
Will, you suck at this game.
All right, Ammon, or Jeremy, it's revenge time.
All right, fine.
Oh, Hulk, Jack.
Okay.
All right, that's second round. This is our final round.
It's a good game. I like this.
Thank
I
you.
do too.
When there's less players, not that I ever would want there to be less players because I love having more people on the call. But when there's less players, there's a little added reserve card thing, which adds a more complex element, which I was very nervous to do. So this worked out.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's like these videos I see where you like type it in, like they're like typing in the comments to like,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like
Yeah.
show your face.
Oh, a 3, my worst nightmare with all these cards. Here we go. So these go.
You just take those on the other
First.
side, and there you go.
That is a great point.
That'll do.
There you go.
All right, Dan, your final roll. Unless there's a
All right.
tiebreaker.
A 1. Oh,
Devastating.
brutal.
You just lost your whole all your savings.
Now I don't feel so
lost
bad
my
though.
whole-
Unless
Oh,
come on.
Brady, what is wrong with your hand?
oh yeah. Wait, I was thinking about here. Hey, Will, blow on this. Oh,
No way.
Yikes.
bro's unlucky. Here, I'm blowing my own
Give me
dice.
the
Everyone's
He's just
unlucky.
Can we get a new
Brady's
dealer,
gripping it
please?
with his hand, and he's just pretending to roll.
I got my Thor back, baby. It's rigged. It's
Can
actually
we get a new
rigged.
dealer? I'd like a new dealer, please.
Ammon, you got your,
Yeah.
your old cards back.
Are those mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady and I are gonna switch setups real quick so that I can deal.
We actually could do that. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was that my roll? Is that the end of the game?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, Ammon. All right, let's start from the bottom.
Jeez.
Black Panther King, that's 4 points.
Love it. Beautiful.
Pow.
Captain Marvel Queen, now that's up to 7 points. Captain America King, that's 11 points.
Dang.
That's a monster to beat right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be not great.
That's 11 points total.
That's 11
Rigged.
points total. Oh,
Is this
no. Okay, we'll start with this
Oh
card.
my gosh.
That's Black Widow Queen, Danny. That's 3 points. Plus the Loki Joker, that's 0, so 3 points. Plus Thanos
Oh.
Joker, that's -1, so that's 2 points. That's brutal.
Rough.
Oh,
Hey, all right. So we got Captain America King for Jeremy. That's 4 points.
Iron Man.
That's what I said. Star-Lord Jack. That's what did I say. That's 2 points. And Hulk Jack. That's 2 points. That's an 8-point hand. Very nice.
How many
Okay.
times I rolled a 1, that's cool with me.
Yeah. We got Valkyrie Queen for Will. That's 3 points. We've got the Winter Soldier Ace. That's 1 point, so we're up to 4 points. And we've got Scarlet Witch Queen. That's another 3 points. So that's a 7-point hand. Very nice.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. I got Spider-Man Jack. 2 points. Ronin / Hawkeye Jack. That's 2 points. So we're up to 4. And then that is Thor King. So that's up to 8.
Nice.
How are we looking, Jeremy?
You and I are tied.
You know what that means? So let's see. We have 11, 2,
Got a fist fight.
11, 2, 8, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're doing. 11's locked in. So we got Ammon he gets to pick his first spot in the draft. So what position do you want, Ammon? 1 through 5.
Oh man. 1 through 5. Oh my gosh.
You're picking when you pick in the opening round. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it snakes through till the end of all 6 rounds.
Oh, then I'll pick 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, since Ammon or Jeremy and I have to play for second place here, we're gonna do a quick speed round. We're just gonna start with 3 cards. We're just gonna do. We
Fair
get
enough.
1 roll each,
Sounds good.
and we're gonna take the aces out.
Or you could just do 1 card each.
You want to?
And
Let's
then
do
it's
it.
like whoever has the higher ranking card.
11, 12, 13, 14. Watch this. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7. Give me a number between 1 and 7, Ammon.
We'll go with 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 3. 1, 2, 3. Put that down here. You ready?
If they're the same, just keep going, I guess.
You did it.
For real? Let's
Yeah.
go!
Okay. What number do you want to be in the draft?
Okay, just because I feel like I don't have like a ton of like deep comic knowledge, I might go 2 so I can kind of have like an earlier pick on some of the ones that are probably more well known.
Okay. Before we continue, real quick, Ammon, pick a number between 1 and 6.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You, my friend, have earned a boon. Since you won this mini game, That means the next time we play a mini game to determine a draft order or other sort of thing for the main event, you can use this boon. You cannot have more than one boon, but you don't have to use it. You can hold on to it for later podcasts. But I will remind you, and I'll text you individually what this boon does, so you can strategize in the future.
Cool.
Okay,
Get
so
boon
since I'm
losers.
third, I'm gonna go fifth in the draft. I'm gonna take draft pick number 5.
That leaves 1 and 4. I'll go with 1.
Okay, what's up, Dan?
Genuine question, and it is also kind of like humorous, but it's genuine question. Those tokens, the boon.
Yeah.
Is that like transferable with other people?
They're tradable. They're not transferable. So someone else has to have a boon. And
Okay.
if you trade, at the very least, I need to be notified. So just let me know if you trade boons.
Okay.
You don't have to let other players know per se, but just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So Will picked. You said you picked 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves Danny at 4. So the order for the draft: Will's picking first, then it's Jeremy. Excuse me. Then it's Ammon, then it's Danny, and then it's me. And we'll go in order like that. Do you guys need a minute to think, or do you guys want to dive into this draft?
Can we help each other brainstorm?
Yes, but I would say at your own risk.
Okay.
This character has to have appeared in a Marvel licensed live action product. This cannot be
Okay.
Rune King Thor from random comic book issue number blah 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 blah.
Dang, that sucks. I'm gonna take one off then.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna
His
pick- I
ball
was gonna pick-
knowledge. His
You know,
ball
I was gonna
knowledge is
pick
too great.
Brady.
Were you gonna pick
I was
Cosmic
gonna pick
Spider-Man?
No, I was gonna pick the Maker.
Oh yeah, bro locks in the one above all. I'm like, all right, bro,
Yeah.
we're ready for you, Will.
All right. First pick is going to be Sandman. Well, I'm not really sure. I don't think he's a genius. He can be a heavy hitter. But I don't want to go for heavy hitter. So,
You could do ground level, I feel,
Yeah, I think ground
unless
level's
people
fine.
disagree. Or
All right.
wild card, but ground level would make more sense.
I'll do ground level then.
Okay, Jeremy.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my genius because I didn't have a lot of options that I could think of for the category. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Reed Richards.
Which version?
Oh, there's different versions. Are we talking about like different movies?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was an option.
There are technically 3 because
3.
one
Yeah, I
of them
know.
was never released.
I'm gonna go ahead. This might bite me. I hope not. I am gonna go with the John Krasinski one just because he was in part of the Illuminati.
Okay.
Ah, sorry, Emmett.
I like
good,
his
all
suit
good.
too. For it being so short-lived. I did like that little. Yeah, I liked his suit.
Yeah, he kind of got bodied by Scarlet Witch super quick, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, huh?
Yeah.
The dude that got bodied was the dude that's
got-
the what mouth.
Oh,
A black
Yeah,
one.
that-
Yeah.
that was gross.
All right, Ammon.
Since Readers was taken, I'm gonna go with Tony Stark.
Okay.
As my genius.
Sorry.
All good. All good. Tony Stark was my second. So, I mean, my first was the Maker, but yeah, he wasn't in anything.
Okay, Dan.
Okay, let's see. For my Mystic, I'm going to do Agatha Harkness.
Okay.
Dude, she was on my pick too. Now she was
Really?
on my top one, but yeah, she was there for me.
Yeah, I have several here, but that I just kind of had to pick, and I love her.
Okay. For my Cosmic, I'm locking in Loki, God of Stories, at the end of season 2 of Loki.
Beautiful.
And now, because it's a snake draft, I go again. For my heavy hitter, I'm going to do Erisham the Judge, the celestial that created the Earth and the Eternals from the movie The Eternals.
Oh my gosh. All right, fine.
That's a heavy hitter.
That's a heavy hitter.
Indeed,
I had to go kind of deep for that one.
I bet. That's what she said.
So now we're to Danny.
Okay. Would you guys consider Captain Marvel a cosmic hero?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about Star-Lord?
Yeah.
It depends.
Well, if you're saying
Yeah.
depends on what movie.
It depends on what time, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
I would say if we're going off current state, I'd say no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what are you talking? Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Would he technically be, or?
I think
I
he
don't know.
technically
So,
would. He's a
here-
celestial.
Yeah, no, here's my question then. Like the mystic or like the cosmic and the grounded, it's not really about their power level. It's about like the threat they're always facing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sandman, obviously, like that's not a ground level ability, but he's a grounded villain, as in like those are the fights he's always in,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I would say cosmic for Star Lord. I would argue that maybe.
I mean, yeah, every
Okay.
villain he fights is like Ronan the Accuser, Ego the Celestial, Thanos. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go back over to Genius, and I think I'm gonna do Shuri.
Good pick.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do Black Panther version of Shuri.
Nice.
That's a good pick, actually.
Yeah. All right, Ammon, back to you.
All right, this-
Other Ammon.
Oh.
Ammon
Oh.
B.
My fault. Okay.
okay. Mystic, Scarlet Witch, not Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
Very nice. I see the
What
distinction.
are you saying? Are you saying like current, if she's still alive, I'm assuming she is?
If she's still alive, she's alive. Let's.
Nobody's actually dead.
Somehow
But is that the
Palpatine
one- the
returned.
version you're talking-
Yeah,
She's
Multiverse
freaking-
of Madness. God, I loved Multiverse of Madness. I don't know what you guys thought of it. I loved it.
I did
I
not like
really
it.
liked it.
I didn't like it, but I think I might like it on second watch. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've only watched it
Brady,
one time.
can we watch it together? Can we watch it together on your second?
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, Jeremy.
I am going to lock in my cosmic, and I am going to go with Death.
Oh,
Rio.
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Rio Vinyl.
I didn't even know she was in the MCU. I had to Google it. I guess she's not in the MCU, but she's
No, she's in the MCU.
Yeah, it's the
okay.
MCU. And she's a girl kisser.
Oh, well,
Heyo.
I'm just kidding. That's like double power.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Will.
I will choose Thor for my cosmic.
Nice.
Which one?
Which one?
You're saying Thor in his current state?
Oh, I see. You know what?
Or
Why
go
not?
I mean, in that
Well-
little Doomsday teaser, he was looking pretty powerful, looking pretty nice.
Let me ask a question on that one. Just for clarification. So for example, like my Reed Richards, there's variants of Reed Richards, but the Thor that we've seen is the same Thor. So is it just the one Thor you can pick, right?
Correct.
Although
Although technically there was a Thor in the 80s that you could have selected as well. The dad from Good Luck Charlie.
Okay.
No, I choose not to choose that one.
Good call. Good call.
you could have chosen Thor, Lady Thor. What's her name?
Oh,
Mighty
yeah, that's
Thor.
true.
Mighty Thor.
Mighty Thor.
That's true.
You
That's what I was
technically
thinking.
you technically could also make an argument for Captain America wielding Mjolnir and calling him Thor, but that's kind of sketchy.
You could just say Captain America wielding Mjolnir.
And that would technically lock out this mainline MCU Cap, right?
That
'Cause
would.
It's just the same guy. Okay.
But I don't
could
think it would
also-
lock out Thor unless we wanted to be ruthless.
I think it could. Well, actually, isn't Mjolnir a character though? Unless it's with Thor.
Oh, I don't know. We're getting sticky now.
Yeah, that's into the weeds.
That being said, it's Will's turn again. We're snaking back around.
I think I'll choose 2003 Hulk for my heavy hitter.
Nice.
He's the biggest Hulk we've seen.
Yep.
And dude, when he punches that one like Hulk dog right in the testicles. It's crazy. Okay, Jeremy.
So, I think. Sorry, let me just scratch off the ones that I have picked so I know where I'm looking.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go ahead with my ground level. And let me ask you guys if you feel like this is appropriate. I just Googled like the ground level heroes, and Shang-Chi was one of them. Is that cool with you guys?
Well, he does fight a dragon.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Is that cosmic though? Like,
That just feels so like mystic to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I would almost say, yeah, I would almost say
So-
that's probably more mystic. Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, Moon Knight.
Good call.
For your ground level,
Yeah.
That's
That's
a good
awesome.
one.
it's a banger.
That is a good one.
Not bad for 5 minutes of research.
Moon Knight is my second favorite character of any Marvel character ever.
Nice.
Dang. I like that show a lot.
Okay, let's see. What do I want to lock in? Let's go cosmic. I'm locking in Eternity from Thor. Love and
Oh,
Thunder.
that is such a good pick. Woo! That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
All right, Danny.
Okay. What was the name of the latest Silver Surfer?
Man, her name is Shia LaBeouf.
How do you spell that?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. I think it's SHALLABAL or BALL, something like that. I might get roasted in the comments, but something like that.
Hey, that's my cosmic.
Okay.
Good pick.
Great one.
Okay. What do I want to do? For my genius, I'm going to lock in the Tim Story era Fantastic Four is Reed Richards. That's Ian Grufford, whatever his name is.
Is that which one's that one?
It's the early 2000s one.
Oh, okay.
And then we're snaking back around. So let's see. Cosmic Heavy Hitter Genius. So I've got Mystic and Wild Card left, huh?
Did you do ground level?
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah,
ground level.
Yeah, I was like, I have 3 left to choose. So
For my ground level, I'm gonna go with Blade Trilogy Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Good
That's a good one.
pick.
Back to you, Dan.
Okay. For my ground level hero, I'm gonna do Yelena Belova, Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cute.
She is. She needs a hug.
All right, Ammon.
All
right.
right, and you. So
all right, having a hard time. My ground level. So it's Spider-Man for my ground level.
Which one?
That's my thing. Are you guys including? So Marvel, you said Marvel licensed movies, correct?
Live action.
Okay, Marvel licensed live action. Okay,
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. I was gonna shout out Insomniac Spider-Man. So,
Yeah, I was thinking about him for my genius for
Okay.
just the Spider-Man guy. Anyways,
yeah. But yeah, just current Tom Holland Spider-Man. So that's my ground level.
Cool.
Who I think anyway is the best Spider-Man of all 3 of them. Just throwing.
Interesting.
I really like him too.
Toby fans are shaking.
No, Toby. I love Toby. All around though. Like.
I think I agree
all
with
of it,
you.
you know? Yeah.
I actually think I do.
All right, Jeremy.
man, I'm rattled. I'm shaking.
Shake it off.
For my heavy hitter, I'm gonna go with Sentry.
Dang it!
Wow, good pick. Good pick.
So sorry.
Woo.
That's the second one I've stolen from you.
Dude,
That's a heavy hitter, by the way.
that's a heavy hitter because you got Sentry and you have the Void.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna.
huge.
I'll just give away for the masses what my second choice was Thanos. So
There you go.
That's a good point.
It's good. It's a good heavy hitter.
All right, Will.
So I have Genius and Wild Card. Is that correct?
You have Genius, Wild Card, and Mystic.
Mystic by mine. Yeah.
Ah, yes, Mystic. Okay. I will for Genius, I think I'm gonna go with Toby Spider-Man.
Nice.
And Wild Card, is that just like anything?
It's whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go with has someone said Magneto yet?
Nope.
All right, I'll go with Magneto.
What a go to
Nice.
That's for your wild card.
Yeah.
Good pick. Had that on my list, son of a gun. Back to you, Jeremy.
This is so silly, and this is just kind of for like the vibes. But for my wild card, who's more of a wild card than Deadpool?
No.
I'm sorry.
True.
I'm sorry.
I wanted him. He is the wild card.
Now, obviously, you're saying X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool, of course.
No. No.
Obviously.
Oh, shucks. I thought I had you.
Hey, Danny.
I know what you're
Think
gonna
about
say.
how many variants were in Deadpool and Wolverine.
True. Greatest Showman
Just
Deadpool.
saying.
Cinema.
Yeah, pick
I know
nice
exactly
guy
what you're
Deadpool.
saying.
No. I'm picking mainline Deadpool.
I'm picking Headpool.
Deadpool. Yeah, right. Gosh, man, Sentry.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay. Dude. Sentry is such like that was my first one, and I was like praying. But I'm gonna go Black Bolt for my heavy hitter.
Nice.
Ooh.
Dude, the way like he obliterated Doctor Strange. I mean, then again, he let him, but like how easy that was for him to do that was insane. You know,
Who did you pick? I missed it.
Black Bolt.
Blackagar Bolt again.
Perfect.
All right, Dan, what's your pick?
All right. For my heavy hitter, I would like to do Gore the God Butcher.
Oh. That's a good pick.
Such a good pick.
I feel like that packs a punch.
Yeah.
Dude, you stole. Dude, Ammon's just getting all of his stolen.
Oh, I didn't have that one. That's just a great pick.
Oh, I see. I thought you were
That
saying it was.
such- No, that one wasn't mine. That's a good pick though.
So I have Mystic and Wild Card left. This is brutal. Let's see. Man, that's tough. Oh, Mystic is a hard one to classify. To find someone who like
Yeah.
is specifically magical. Let's
You
see.
took it pretty hard on one very very obvious one.
Well, there's obviously Doctor Strange, and there's some pretty hardcore versions of Doctor Strange out there. Mystic. Oh,
Should I do
man.
Baymax? My wild card.
Do what?
Baymax.
Baymax. That is technically a Marvel character, but not live action.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. For my wild card, I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh, Sentry is so tough, dude. You son of a gun. Oh my gosh. Okay, for my Mystic.
Sentry's a hard one to beat, man.
Yeah. For my Mystic, I'm going to go ahead and do. Okay. This might be a stretch. You tell me if this counts. There's a line in Avengers 1 where Loki turns to Thor after Thor kidnaps him and says, "How much dark magic did the All-Father use to conjure you here to your precious Earth?" So for that reason, I'm picking Odin as my Mystic.
Well, yeah, that's all. That's
Are
fair.
we good?
That's not a stretch.
I'll give that one a pass.
I don't even think that's a stretch.
Okay, good.
I think you're good.
For my wild card, I'm going to do Galactus,
Nice.
specifically from the most recent Fantastic Four.
2003
Yeah.
feature film.
You sure you don't want Rise of Silver Surfer Galactus? They're all the same. So
I don't vape anymore, so I'm gonna go with to be clear,
toxic chemicals in your lungs.
yeah. To be clear, I've never vaped, but that's not to flex or anything.
go ahead, Flex.
All right, Danny,
Dude, why is it so bright?
your round 6 pick. By the way, Ammon, you look like you're in heaven right now. You look like literally you're waiting to meet Dumbledore
you're
at
a little-
platform 9 3/4.
No, he literally looks like he's in the realm where Voldemort is like the little dying baby. Okay, I just have my wild card left.
Correct.
There's so many people to choose from. Like, guys, I could have Harry Styles.
True. I forgot about that.
You could also just have Kevin
Thanos'
Bacon just
brother, no
himself.
less.
Yeah, literally. Oh, I could have Josh Gad.
That's also true. Screw Wonder Man.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna do Venom.
Which one?
Um,
Oh yeah, I
I'll
was
just do
like
the one. I'll just do the one they've been doing.
Okay. Most recent. I think that's
Yeah.
the best idea.
Here's a hot take before we go on. Venom movies suck.
I
Venom movies suck.
It's not a hot take. They're literally just making them to preserve their rights.
I've never seen the third one. The second one was bad, but the first one is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Fair enough.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy the first one. It's not good.
It made $800 million, which I think is kind of crazy.
It's visually like it's a cool representation of Venom, but Venom's not Venom without Spider-Man. You know, like it just doesn't work very well.
Well, I feel like it's the kind of movie that if you're in like a really nasty little restaurant with gross, yummy food, it's like perfect. Like that's exactly what I would want to be watching.
That's a great way to describe it. I love it.
I just realized that I was big on my screen this whole time. That's kind of cringe. Now I'm small.
Oh, you've been big on my screen too. Oops.
Is it me?
Yes, it is.
All right. Here's my wild card, and there's probably better choices out there, but I think I need a way of transportation, and what better way of transportation than the Bifrost? I'm picking Heimdall.
Oh, good pick.
Yes, sir.
What a
and
G.
what a fighter too.
Yeah. Plus, he might be coming back? Question mark. Hello.
I hope so.
I wish we could see more of him. Anyway,
Same.
that's mine.
That's why Thor 2 is good, and I will die on that hill. Anyway, Jeremy.
All right, I'm gonna leave Doctor Strange open for Will, and I'm going to go with the Ancient One.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick. The Ancient One is stronger than Doctor Strange.
Unless you ask her. He was meant to be the best of
Well,
all of us.
And we can talk about that.
We'll talk off the pod.
Yeah.
All right, Will. Give us your last pick.
I'm gonna have to go with Doctor Strange since it was so graciously given to me.
Here you come.
I mean, I was gonna do that anyway, but
Yeah. Okay, boys. Take a listen to these teams. Will's team, we've got Sandman, Thor, Eric Bana Hulk, Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, Magneto, and Doctor Strange. Not a bad team.
I kind of rock with it.
Yeah. For Jeremy's team, we got Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski, Death, Moon Knight, Sentry, Deadpool, and the Ancient One. That's hefty.
That's a team.
Ammon's coming in here with Tony Stark, Scarlet Witch, Eternity, Spider-Man Tom Holland, Black Bolt, and Heimdall. Again, these are good
Eternity
teams.
is crazy.
Eternity's a poll, dude. Danny came in here with Agatha Harkness, Shuri Black Panther, the Lady Surfer, Shalabal Silver Surfer, Yelena Black Widow, Gore the God Butcher, and Tom Hardy Venom. Again, a good team.
Gore
Gore the God Butcher. I didn't even think about that, man.
And then I'm coming in here with Loki, God of Stories, Erisham, the Judge, the Celestial, Reed Richards, Ian Grushid, however you say his name, Blade, Allfather Odin, and Galactus. So
Right on.
let the debates begin. Who wants to make their case? You guys want me to come out swinging here? Reed Richards, John Krasinski, is the stupidest Reed Richards. He is an idiot, and here's why. Here's why. Bro goes,
I wasn't gonna say it.
Bro goes, Wanda, you can't do anything against Black Bolt. One word from his mouth and you're dead. And she goes, what mouth? Gone. No mouth anymore.
Yeah. I
But-
kind of just picked him for the credentials and not actually what is shown on screen. So
Well, but I have to say, you made up for it with freaking Sentry. Dang it, dude. That's so good.
Dude, Sentry.
The Sentry
Sentry's
death
a game
combos.
winner, I feel like.
Well, okay. But to make my case, if Loki just lets go of those strands of time, doesn't everybody just die?
No,
like-
I don't think so. I don't think so because there was a time when he wasn't holding it, but they were fine when he wasn't holding it. But if he's always been holding it and always needs to be holding it and always will hold it,
Yeah,
It's
because
tricky.
him holding it only brought order to the multiverse. It didn't bring like life to the multiverse.
No, but that's
you
the
know?
thing.
Also-
Every single time that we've seen the multiverse, that technically, according to the 616 timeline, happened after Loki sat down on that throne. So that means that these other versions of Reed Richards, all these early 2000s projects, in the grand scheme of the multiverse, those wouldn't have happened until after Loki took that throne, because that's not true. It would either have happened when Loki took the throne, or would have happened before He Who Remains created the sacred timeline. So when He Who Remains created the sacred timeline, all other multiverse variants were murdered. And the only reason that they started to exist again is because Loki grabbed the strands of the multiverse after he broke the loom and gave them life. Debate me. I wanted to come in here and be ruthless.
Yeah.
Well, I have a
okay.
question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we know what happens when the strings aren't held and just exist organically?
Technically, no. All that we saw is the strings are gray. Loki holds onto them, they turn green, and when he lets go, they turn gray. We don't know what that means. That could mean that everyone in that universe gets sent to the void, for all we know, and they're still alive there in the void. That's a good point.
Yeah, just a thing to think about. I feel.
And since we don't know the answer to that, it's up to us to dub the canon until we are proven otherwise. So if that's what you want to say is our default assumption, then I would say that Loki on his own does not win, because we don't know. We can't just guess.
Okay. Here's my take. Here's my claim. All right. Eternity grants what you ask it. You know what I mean? Assuming you fit into its what are the words? Requirements, you know? So assuming that this team that they're all on together has fit into Eternity's requirements, Eternity can do whatever they want.
So what you're saying is someone on your team could turn to Eternity and say, I wish that Loki, God of Stories, was dead, and if Eternity wills it, it could be so.
We're not fighting each other though.
True. That's true. Yeah, we do have to remember that we're fighting Doom. So in the context of
Exactly.
Doom, oh my gosh, I made a blunder. Because going back, if when Loki lets go of the strands, the multiverse does die, that means Loki can't fight Doom. He has to just sit there and hope he doesn't get killed. Ah, frick.
Yeah.
No. Oh, well,
You're too good, Brady.
what have I done?
I also think Scarlet Witch solos Doctor Doom.
Solos. Holy frick.
Now, I'm not saying Wanda. I'm saying the Scarlet Witch.
Bro, I don't even think Scarlet Witch solos Erisham the Judge.
No, I don't think that's. I think that's true. Yeah.
And I don't think Erisham the Judge solos Doctor Doom.
Probably coming off too hot. All right. My bad.
Sentry, the Ancient One, and Death.
Jeremy's
saying.
team is looking the best. I gotta be honest. Out of all of ours,
Oh.
Ammons is looking the best to me.
Now wait. Now hear me out. so we're fighting Doom, right? So Ammon's got Death, Sentry, and the Ancient One going up against Doom. That's literally Sorcerer Supreme, Death herself, and Sentry, who is like one of the most, like, he's the Superman of the MCU going up against Doctor Doom. That being said, I have Odin, the Allfather, so he's got the Odin Force plus his innate just normal powers outside of being king. Galactus, who has literally, as far as we know, even in the MCU, he's from outside our universe. And Arishem the Judge, who is the creator of Earth, the Celestial. So if I compare those, I think that Arishem the Judge beats the Ancient One, but I don't think the Ancient One, or I do think the Ancient One beats Odin. So if we're to look at it that way, Odin's gone. And I also think that, oh no, I think Sentry does take Galactus. Oh frick! I
think Sentry takes Galactus for sure.
Dude,
I was literally just daydreaming about like what
Void.
it would be like for Galactus in the Void.
dude, man, does anyone else have any argument for their own team against Jeremy's? Because I think I just convinced myself.
I don't. I honestly think the Void is what like I don't know. I'm not gonna throw out solos again, but like the Void tops that off. You know.
Dude,
Well,
because
the scale of the power gets so big. I feel like because the scale of the power on my team, I feel like is fairly grounded, and so I don't have a argument.
Well, because think about this too. All right, we've seen the Thunderbolts. Whatever you think about the Thunderbolts, whatever. I loved that
I
movie.
loved
That was
that movie.
good.
Loved it.
great. The way they ended up winning was not defeating the Void. It was convincing Sentry that he was strong enough to defeat the Void. You know, which was a huge part. Doctor Doom's not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like Doctor Doom does not have the emotional capacity to make that happen. You know.
Yeah.
Like that, there's no way. And the Void's like the Sentry's only weakness is the Void. You know, the Void's only weakness, it's nothing. Like he doesn't really have any weaknesses.
I think
I think Ammon has
Jeremy took it.
I think Ammon, yeah, I think he has it.
Thanks.
Wait,
Thanks,
No,
guys.
man.
wait, real quick,
Sorry.
real quick. For just discussion's sake, because I don't really know. What is, because I have Agatha Harkness and I also have Silver Surfer. What are the scale of their powers? Because I feel like they're probably some of the more powerful ones on my team.
Well, Silver Surfer
agree.
pretty much soloed, at least in a battle, not a full war. Like, if that makes sense, like soloed in one instance, Galactus. So that is pretty significant. And Agatha Harkness, well, I mean, she was able to deceive, Wanda, who is like the deceiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Temptress.
I got that.
Don't forget
Harkness is
about
like a power
Gore
level.
on there as well.
Gore the God Butcher. Yeah,
Gore the God
Yeah.
Butcher's cool.
Gore's potential is, I think we're missing out on that. I think Gore's your strongest hitter on this team.
I think so
You
too.
think so?
I think Gore is your guy.
Hey, is Gore isn't the one that has the symbiotic
He does.
weapon?
Yep.
He does?
Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would kind of have a cool dynamic with the fact that I have Venom as well.
True. Yeah, dude. Honestly, good teams, everybody. Seriously, like these are some strong teams. I think that, man, at least from what we've heard, I think that each of these teams would have a fighting chance against Doom, unless we see some insane power scale. Which I'm assuming they're going for God Emperor Doom. Which if they go for God Emperor Doom, I mean, we might be leaving the theater with our jaws on the ground because, holy crap.
Let me ask you. I wanted to know because when Will picked Magneto, I wanted to know is the metal that Doctor Doom is made out of, is it influenced? Like, could Magneto do anything with that, or is it like a specific kind of metal he couldn't?
Well, fun fact about Magneto, his powers are not magnetism; they're actually
Okay.
electromagnetism, which means that he can manipulate the poles of the earth as long as he can find the right frequency. And so,
Interesting.
from what we've heard, the alloy that Doom has made his armor out of is resistant to Magneto's power until he finds the right frequency, and then then it's fair game.
So essentially, if Magneto could find that frequency, he could squish Doom.
Yeah, and the other crazy thing about it is, from what we've heard from scoopers and some leaks that are coming out, they're saying that the two heaviest hitters and the two like MVPs of Doomsday, as far as on the hero's side, are Sentry and Magneto.
Cool.
And that
Nice.
has me pumped, dude. A Magneto versus Doom fight. I need it.
Have you guys seen Ian McKellen talk about it a little bit?
I heard he dropped
Where he's
a colossal
Where he's
spoiler.
where he's like, they did one scene where they had me suspended and I was doing this and he was like freaking out, dude. And he said it was like one of the best scenes he's filmed. Like he had such a good time, you know?
Yeah, and then he's like, what does he say? He's like, oh, and I destroyed New Jersey. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay, so I think, definitely all of us have at least one member of our team that would be very influential in fighting Doom. So I think it was good.
That's so fun, guys.
That was actually super fun. That was super
I love
cool.
that. I love my team. I'm like attached to it now.
Yeah,
I know, me too.
I like want to make a little mood board of them.
I feel so bad about Sentry though.
Oh,
Dude,
No,
dude.
it was
Oh, man.
sick.
Okay, that was All Roads Lead to Doom, episode 2. If you like what you saw here, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.